So now we're on week 2, and I'm talking to you about the nutrition piece and your weekly food log or your weekly nutrition log. And this is real important because often if you don't see it, you don't realize you're doing it. Making a food log, creating a food log, and writing things down is one of the most important things in a successful journey for weight loss because it keeps you accountable to yourself. And if you're not accountable to yourself or anybody else, then things just don't seem to change. When foods are written down, they reveal really great patterns. They reveal what you're eating, the quantity in which you are eating, the portion size, the timing of your foods, and often it reveals that emotional component. Why are we eating a certain thing at a certain time of day? When foods are written down, they lose their emotional load. So I don't know if you realize this or maybe if you've thought about it, but we might sit down for a really nice dinner with a great glass of wine, and you know what? There's an emotional tie to that food, right? So when we write it down, we can actually break it down into what it is, fuel. And fuel is associated with calories and carbohydrates and proteins and fat. Well, once it's written down, we lose that emotional tie and we can just objectively look at the food that we've consumed. So it's real important to kind of see that those components. If you're using an online tracking such as FitDay or MyFitnessPal.com, then that software gives you a very, very nice breakdown, and I think it's valuable. It gives you the breakdown of protein, carbohydrates, and fat. So now we can see what part of our diet is protein. Maybe we're eating only 15% protein and 85% carb. Maybe we are eating 40% fat because we like chips and ice cream and cookies. And maybe we're eating only 25% protein and not enough carb. So anyway, that's what a nice software program can actually do for you is kind of break that down a little bit. There are a lot of other really awesome tricks. When everything is written down, you can actually, and you need to write down everything, by the way. You need to write down sauces, gravies, spoonfuls of ketchup, spoonfuls of mustard that go on your hamburgers and hot dogs, every drink, every glass of water, every glass of wine or cola or coffee or cream in your coffee, or sugar or honey or syrup that you use on your waffles or in your coffee or drinks or whatever it might be. But make sure you write down everything. It's really, really critical. Now, one of the obstacles I've heard from my clients frequently is I don't have time to journal, but I'm going to tell you what, you absolutely do have time and you need to make it a priority, because if you don't see what you're eating, you are not going to be able to make that change. I guarantee you that. People that are successful in losing weight track their food, not just for the calories. Again, I don't want to focus on calories right now, but they track their food so that they have this awareness process going on. They know what they're eating, they know when they're eating it, and they know what types of food they want at different times of day. Here's a great little question for you, and I want you to think about this. What do you crave? If you had to answer the question, do I need it or do I want it? If you can answer that question with I need it, then it's fuel for the body. Go ahead. However, if you're going to put a contingency on that, such as I'm hungry, and we'll talk more about that later. What do I want? I don't want a bowl of cereal. I don't want a hamburger. Well, guess what? We've just put contingencies on it. We're probably not hungry yet, because if you were hungry, you'd say, I'll eat anything. Give me the apple. Give me the bread. Give me whatever it is, okay? So think about that a little bit, okay? All right, we'll talk to you soon.